G'day and welcome to episode 90 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean and this is my weekly podcast where I share my quilting adventures. I'd like to welcome both new and returning viewers to the podcast, but if you are new, I would love it if you take just a few moments to say hi in the comments so we all know we have a new friend. Come see what I've been working on and what I've achieved, but let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. It's been a pretty busy week. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I still got quite a bit achieved, so yeah, I'm going to take that as a win. The first thing I've been working on is one of my t-shirt quilts. I am almost done with it. I got actually 3 more rows done. I'm not going to show them all just because it's a hot mess, so it takes a while to show, but this one's super fun, and I'm really enjoying this lavender sashing in between. So keep an eye on that. We should hopefully get the quilt top done in the next little bit because we're down to the final row on that. The next item I worked on, you may have seen on my live yesterday morning, was the trash truck block, and this is an example of a finished block. It is a pattern by Quilt and Nice Stuff. It's on Etsy. I'll put the link in the description below, as I do with most of my projects. But I did some of it. I did not get to finish this yesterday, unfortunately, but this is one of the blocks that I've started. I just need to attach the wheels to the bottom and the little section to the back. And then this is the blue one. I thought it'd be fun to use some textured blocks. And then this will be the back section of it that I'll attach a little bit later on once I get the wheels done as well. And then the third thing I worked on was the City Avenues block, and I've got another little strip done right here. So we'll attach that to the block pretty soon. And then I finally was able to finish cutting out all the fabric for the first block of the Mad Quilt Party, which is an Alice in Wonderland themed sew along from Art East. This is the block we're going to make. And then this is all the beautiful fabric. It's all Tula Pink. I've never worked with her stuff before, so I hope to get that pieced and recorded fairly soon. So I've been a pretty busy boy. I'm happy with what I got done. For anyone wondering about the panda quilt that I'm doing with Sew Backer, I still have to cut that out. Hopefully we'll get that done this week. So now let's move on to our week in review. And if you're new to the channel, this is just a series of videos I put together, most of me sewing, but also of any adventures we get up to with our 2 exchange students. So I hope you enjoy it. Last week I asked everybody if they made items for the holidays, and I loved reading all the answers, and there was a wide variety. Some people make a lot of items for the holidays, some don't, some used to but don't as much anymore, and I probably fall into that latter category. I've made quilts, I've made other items in the past for the holidays, and I probably will again, but it just depends on the needs for that particular year. So this week I thought it'd be fun to ask you what is your favorite item to sew? A lot of folks watching the podcast enjoy quilting, but there are others, like my friend Pasita, who sent him this question, like making other items, and she makes some beautiful bags and pouches and that sort of thing there. So let me know what is your favorite item to sew, whether it's a quilt, bags, or something else. Now it is time to talk about my goals, and I've got quite a few goals on the agenda for this week, but let's take a look at them. The first one is I want to finish the trash truck block. It should not take long. I just need to attach the wheels on the bottom of these two. The next thing is to do And now it is time to talk about my goals, and I have quite a few goals on the list this week, and I'm interested to see how many of these I can actually achieve. The first one is to finish the trash truck block, which shouldn't take too long. I just need to attach the wheels, so we'll hopefully see that finished pretty soon. I'd like to get this piece together, the Alice in Wonderland. It's all cut out, as I mentioned a little earlier, so that shouldn't be too difficult either. The next thing is to cut out the panda blocks for the panda quilt that I'm doing along with So Becker, and she's going to come join me on Saturday morning, so I really do need to get at least one block cut out, otherwise I'm going to look pretty silly sitting there as well. And then get Clue 8 of the Village Green Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts all cut out and recorded as well. So yeah, pretty busy week. We'll see how much we get done. Let me know what your goals are for this week. And now it is time for my questions and answer section. I always love answering the questions that are submitted to me each week. The first one is from my friend Mona, and she has her own channel, Mona Did What? Go check it out. It's always a lot of fun to see what Mona's up to each week. And she asked me, how do I quilt my t-shirt quilts? And the answer to that is I just do stitch in the ditch. I keep it super simple because I want the focus to remain on the t-shirt, because there's a million different ways to quilt your t-shirt. So this is what I do. I use a fairly thin sashing. I use an 1.25 inch on the interior sections, and then a 2-inch on the outside. And then I just do a simple stitch in the ditch on each side of the sashing. I have a tutorial series showing how to do a t-shirt quilt. If you're ever interested or if you have questions, please reach out and ask. I'm always more than happy to help with that section there as well. The next question came in is, what are my fabric choices for the panda quilt that I'm doing with So Becker? The pattern I'm using is Pandas and Sweaters by Elizabeth Hartman. It's a joint collab that I'm doing with So Becker, and we'll show updates on our individual channels. And the answer to what fabrics I'm using is I'm not 100% decided. I need to cut out the blocks this week. I'm going to dig from stash. The background, I'm probably going to use a linen by Essex, I think it's called. But yeah, stay tuned and you'll see the answers to those in the next week or so. And I'll have So Becker joining me on Saturday morning, so you'll definitely get to see some progress on that this week. The next question is am I feeling better? This is a question that's come in from several viewers. The answer is yes, I'm feeling better, but no, I'm not 100%. I still have a cough. I feel still a little stuffy and clogged up. You can probably hear that today. But, you know, definitely on the mend there. And finally, as a question that came in from someone, I can't remember who it is. It's too early in the morning right now, and I haven't had my coffee, is have any of my exchange students ever wanted to learn how to sew or knit? We've had a total of 3 girls in the past, one from Poland, one from Ukraine, and one from North Macedonia, and we currently have the 2 boys from Italy and the Czech Republic. Lorenzo, who's currently with us, is interested in learning how to quilt. Misha from Poland learned how to sew some basic stuff while she was here, and Daria learned how to crochet. So none of them have learned how... No, Misha also learned how to knit. So yes, we've had one knit, one crochet, and one that's sewn already, and the other one will be looking to quilt very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. I'd always love hearing more questions submitted, so definitely send them in, and we'll get them answered on the next podcast. So now it is time for mail call, and I went ahead and made myself a purchase this week. A couple of weeks ago, I was watching a premiere of my friend Kendall from Kendall Taylor's channel, and he was using this ruler, and it was called a folded corner clipper. It's a Creative Grids ruler, and it was really, really good for using on stitch and flip, which is a process I use a lot for the Art East projects as well. So I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and get one and try it out. And I tried it out yesterday on my live, and this thing is working out really nice. So this is what it looks like. I forget the exact price. I think it was like maybe $20 or $21. But this is going to work out really well for me for my stitch and flip and half square triangles and so forth. So I'll show a video on that, how it's used and that sort of thing in the very near future as well. But I'm really, really pleased with this. And apparently from the comments I saw on my video yesterday, a lot of you guys are already using this and love it as well. And now it is time for me to be able to show you with you a completed block. Well, actually 2 of them. But this is Clue 2 of the Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts. And this is section 2A, and I love all the different batiks and the different colors that we're using. It's all red and white and blue, but we have 2 different reds, 2 different blues, and the 1 white as well. So that's section 2A, and then section 2B. And I love this here. And if you want to jump in on this, it's all pre-cut. You can definitely head over to the Cotton Cut site and get registered, and definitely use my code SeanCarnival if you're interested at all. I've really had fun with this one here. So that concludes today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, share with a friend, and leave a comment. I always love interacting and hearing from my viewers. So I hope you'll have a great day. Happy sewing. Get as much done as you can, and we'll see you on the next video. Happy sewing. Bye.